First Shundo Mega Glalie in the world? I think yes.
What's up everybody, my name is BVMSerious and welcome back to another Pokemon Go video. As you can see, I'm actually currently in my new room for this recording. However, I will be showing that off here in a completely separate video. But for now, I actually wanted to just cover the details of the winter holiday event that had started the previous day. And also, I will be going over an entirely new Pokemon that had also been released the same day as well. So without further ado, let's get into the details. So there is actually quite a bit going on for part 1 of the winter holiday event. We have a wide variety of ice type and holiday related Pokemon are appearing not only just in the wild but also in 7km eggs, field research, and even raids. We also have the new debut of shiny Bergmite and Avalugg, so I'm going to be doing my best to try and get a shiny Bergmite in this event if at all possible. And we also have the debut of Mega Glalie, which I'm very excited for because I actually have a Shundo Glalie that I am currently waiting to Mega Evolve. And I will also show that off here in a few moments as well. Also, there is a special timed research that you can get for $5 or whatever that equivalent is in your country's currency that will offer a lot of reward Pokemon, and I will also be going over this as well. You can also now get up to 50% extra experience when you complete a raid. So for example, if you do like a Mega Raid or even a Tier 5 raid, then you can actually get up to 15,000 experience or even 30,000 experience if you have a Lucky Egg enabled. So that is a good opportunity to do some raiding and then get some experience from that. And speaking of raids, Cobalion has also taken the place of Terrakion in Tier 5 raids, so if you're still missing that Cobalion, this is an opportunity for you to try and get the shiny for that. Also, during the duration of the event, players are now able to hold up to 40 gifts instead of 20, so that's beneficial as now we are able to hold more gifts and then potentially save them for a later time, so that's actually a very huge benefit for us. And there are also some special stickers that you can get in the shop. So that is pretty much all I want to cover for the holiday event. And we are actually going to head out and about and just start checking a bunch of different ice Pokemon. So with that being said, let's get right into it.
Alright, so here we are back at the pavilion as well as the trail behind the whole complex. But yeah, we're actually just here for the event and we're just going to be doing a lot of shiny checking. I also did forget to mention that we have Delibird actually back in the wild for the event. But I imagine once the event is over, we won't be able to get it again, obviously. But you could also actually get it as one of the 6 Pokemon available from the Field Research Breakthrough, at least until the end of February. So that is something else to look forward to. So, also another news, I've actually been sick with a cold lately, but I'm actually starting to feel much, much better. So that's actually a good thing. And the other thing I actually wanted to go over is the debut of a brand new Gen 6 Pokemon, which has been a long time coming. Honestly, I think it's about time because I really wanted to see how Niantic was actually going to go about introducing this Pokemon, and that is the Pokemon called Scatterbug, which I actually have here on screen right now. So apparently, it's interesting how it's done. So obviously it has a final evolution, and this Pokemon is called Vivian, which I actually spoke of in my Gen 6 Pokemon to be most excited for. And the reason I say that is because it has like a multitude of different patterns that you can get, and it also depends on like what region you're in. But the way that Niantic did it, I think is actually very interesting. So in order to get the respective Scatterbug to evolve into that Vivian of that region, you basically have to open up gifts from your friends. But you don't have to, not only do you have to open them, but you also have to like pin the postcards from those gifts and add them to your collection. And once you hit a certain like milestone number for like how many you pin, you get like what's called a submedal for that pattern of Vivian. There's also like a map that you can look at too for like how to get all the different patterns or like where those gifts are to actually make that happen. Yeah, there's like a certain like milestone for each like submedal, and then after you open like 15 to like get like the, I guess like the gold submedal for that pattern, like every other 15 that you get, it gives you more subsequent encounters with this Pokemon. So yeah, apparently you cannot find Scatterbug in the wild. You have to get it by earning those submetals. And also you could also actually end up getting candies for Scatterbug just by having it as your buddy, which I might actually consider doing that. But anyways, here is the other thing I wanted to show off. So I'm actually going to check out this. Here is the SHUNDO Glalie that I actually spoke of. This is actually the first ever SHUNDO that I have actually acquired literally at full odds, so that makes it even better. And I think we're gonna go on ahead, we're actually gonna mega evolve this thing right now, just because why not. And I think I'm actually going to make it my buddy too, just temporarily, just for the heck of it. And let's do it. First SHUNDO Mega Glalie in the world? I think yes. So there we go. There is our SHUNDO Mega Glalie on screen right now. I think that's just so cool. Now I can actually say that I'm one of the first people to actually have this thing. At first I was very disappointed when I got the SHUNDO Snow Rump, because apparently this one is actually a male, which would then mean that I wouldn't be able to evolve it into a Frostlass, because Frostlass can only be female. So I was a little disappointed at that, but when I found out, about Mega Glalie, I was like, well, I mean, I may not be the first person in the world to a SHUNDO Frostlass, but I could be the first person to a SHUNDO Mega Glalie, so why not? So there we go, we now have our Glalie Mega evolved, and we have a bunch more Pokemon here to check, so we're going to be doing just that. Oh, I will say though, right now it's so windy and it's so cold outside that like my hands are freezing, and the wind is making it so difficult for me to talk right now. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we will swap out our buddy. But there we go, now we have our SHUNDO Mega Glalie following us around. Alright, but I also wanted to go over the timed research that we got, which we actually have until New Year's Eve to complete. But the whole point of this time research is that it just like offers like a multitude of like different ice Pokemon. So I figured why not just do it. And it also offers Mega Energy for Mega Abomasnow, so you can't go wrong with that either. But anyways, here's the tasks that we have for the first set. We have walk 2 kilometers, which I just did, catch 10 Pokemon, and catch 10 ice Pokemon. So I know that all these actually reward ice type Pokemon, but I'm not sure which ones. Okay, so this first one just gave us a Snover. So I will actually go ahead and claim all these real quick, and I will be right back. Alright, so I just caught all the reward Pokemon, and we will now actually claim this first set here, get the Mega Energy and the Incense, and then see what this ice type Pokemon is going to be. It is a Sneasel. Alright, so we just completed the first set here. We're now going to dive into the next set. We have walk 2 kilometers, transfer 10 Pokemon, and catch 10 more ice types. So very simple, very straightforward as usual. And while we're going to be out and about walking, I'm actually going to go on ahead and I will pop on my daily adventure incense and see if we can actually get a chance at one of the 3 Galarian birds, or maybe even just other ice types that we can capture. So alright, so we just finished our daily adventure incense. Unfortunately, no Galarian birds at this time, but we did get mostly just a bunch of ice type related spawns. Now, the more interesting things I did actually get out of this incense would obviously have to be the Corel, the Amistar, which are things you don't normally find in the wild at all, and the Phantom. So, you can't go wrong with more Phantom candies for Trevenant for PvP. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, again, we did not find a Galarian bird. I did actually find one a while back, and sadly, it ended up running from me. It was a Galarian Articuno, which hopefully I do end up getting all the Galarian birds, and if I do, hopefully I catch them, because, yeah, it would just be so great to have those. Alright, so we have 3 of our event 7 kilometer eggs now ready to hatch, so let's see what we get. We have a Smoochum, okay. I think I actually have a shiny one already. I just need one more. Alright, now we have a Bergmite, and this one is another Bergmite. Oh, okay. And I also did forget to comment on the fact that they actually changed the overworld map. Now they actually added little patches of snow and like little Christmas tree lights to all the Pokestop. So now the entire overworld map just looks like one giant winter wonderland, which I actually think is pretty cool how they kind of mimic that kind of based off of the like what they did for the Halloween event with like the patches of leaves and stuff. I think that's really cool. And so we also did manage to walk our 2nd kilometer that we need to complete this first task here, so we will now redeem it, and we have a swine up. And we have now completed the 2nd set of the timed research, so we will now go ahead and claim the incubator, the energy, and see what this reward Pokemon is going to be. It is a Glalie and Mr. Mime. Okay, so apparently also Glalie and Mr. Mime is able to be shiny. I don't know if it was just for the Season of Mythical Wishes like research breakthrough or what it is that introduced shiny Glalie and Mr. Mime, but we are going to catch this. Alright, so getting into the 3rd set of the timed research, we have walk another 2 kilometers, send 7 gifts to friends, and catch 15 Ice-type Pokemon this time. So we will be doing just that. Now I also do want to mention I'm actually working off of borrowed time today, so I may or may not cover the entirety of the timed research, but we'll see. Okay, so this is actually one of the sub-medals I was actually speaking of for Vivian. Apparently this is for the garden pattern. I believe there's actually a grand total of 18 different patterns that you can actually get for Vivian, and there's also a couple that are event related. So I'm not sure how we'll be able to go about getting those, but I do know that this is just another pattern that I'm now able to acquire. So once I press the OK button, I will actually get an encounter with Scatterbug. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so here is the Scatterbug that I just mentioned. And because of how limited we are to this Pokemon as it is, we're going to go ahead and we will use a Silver Pineapple. And I also don't even know if this can actually run away or not. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to catch this thing. Okay, so we now have the Scatterbug here, and as you can see, the evolve button does actually show the garden pattern of Vivian. So once we evolve it, or if we do actually evolve it, then we'll be able to evolve it all the way up into the garden pattern of Vivian. So yeah, we're definitely going to be holding on to all the Scatterbugs we'll be getting, I guess. So it's going to be really weird. So that is pretty much all I wanted to show off in terms of the winter holiday event, as well as the introduction of Scatterbug. So I have actually decided against filming the rest of the timed research, as again I did say that I am actually running off of borrowed time, at least for today as I am filming this video. So I will likely be doing the rest of the timed research off screen. I figured I'd at least just like show off some of it, because why not? So, and there are a few other little rewards that I will be getting out of that, and I will be, as I just said, I will be doing that off screen. So yeah, I think overall the winter holiday event, like as always, it's an interesting event, and not to mention we have Delibird back, and Delibird awards like a decent amount of Stardust, and we have more costume Pokemon, and we have yet to see what Part 2 has to offer, which I am also very excited for that as well. So I will just be doing a lot of shiny checking from here on out, and hoping that I get some shinies out of this event. And yeah, there will be much more to look forward to, and I will also be trying my best to get more Scatterbug so that I can get that Vivillon with all of its patterns. So anyways, on that note, I will actually go ahead and I will actually end off this video right here. So as always, I hope you guys have enjoyed this as much as I have. I'm also very excited now that I actually get to have a SHUNDO Mega Glalie, so that's also a big highlight with this event for me personally. But as I just said, this is going to be it for this video. And as always, if you guys did enjoy the video, then please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Also, leave a like and a comment, won't hurt either. But anyways, that is going to be it for me today. I'm BVMSerious, and I hope you guys have a seriously amazing day. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, this actually looks like a decent Galarian Stunfisk. Is it Hundo though? Oh, so close. I just needed a Hundo Galarian Stunfisk. This is really close. This is like 98%, but that's still pretty good though. I mean, if I don't get a Hundo, I may potentially use this one for the Ultra League, because that's actually pretty dang good. I mean, HP's just a little bit low, but I mean, I could best buddy it or something if I really wanted to, and then use it for the